Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to do another natural makeup look, but this time I'm using nothing but Maybelline products. I am very excited about this because Maybelline is one of my favorite brands, not just from the drugstore, but in general. And this is going to be my first time doing like a one brand tutorial type of video. So before we get started, if you haven't done so already, I hope that you would consider subscribing to my channel and also clicking on the notification bell so that you'll know whenever I upload a video. I'm finally getting to the point where I can be more consistent and get more videos out. So I have a lot of ideas that I want to share with you all. So make sure you subscribe. So with that being said, let's jump into the tutorial. I'm going to take Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth in the color 330 Toffee and the Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the color 338 Spicy Brown. And I'm going to use equal parts of both of these foundations. I would normally use the Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation by itself because I have oily skin, but I think the most natural looking foundation that Maybelline has is the Dewy and Smooth one. But if I were to use that one by itself, I think it would make my skin look too shiny throughout the day. So since I want something that has a natural look, but I'm also going for something that will hold up on my skin, I'm combining these two foundations to pretty much like give me the best of both worlds. So the Dewy and Smooth one will help to create a more natural look, but the Matte and Poreless one will help to prevent my skin from getting oily throughout the day. For concealer, I'm using the Super Skin Better concealer, and this is what the color looks like here. This is going to be a little yellow on my skin tone, but it really was the only one that I could find, or I should say the best matching one that I could find. I always have an issue with drugstore foundations and concealers. They tend to be yellow for the ones that are in my complexion range. So this will look, to me, it looks a little bit yellow on my skin, but I'm hoping that when I go in and set it with a powder that it will calm down the yellow undertone a little bit, but we'll see. I'm going to pat that out with my ColourPop brush, and I'm just going to pat it out and keep it concentrated under my eye, and I am dragging it up on the sides of my nose just a little bit, and I'm also dragging it up toward my temple to create almost like a lifting effect on my face. And normally I would use two different concealers on my under eye area because I have these bags like right under my eye, so I try to keep the area like directly under my eye just a little bit, not necessarily darker, but something that's closer to my skin tone. I like to use it right up there, and then use a lighter foundation right here. I'm sorry, a lighter concealer right here. I just couldn't find one in the Maybelline line that was just a little bit darker than this that would like mesh well with my skin tone. So I'm going to take a little bit more of the concealer and I'm going to put it on my chin and my forehead just to highlight those areas a little bit. And I think I'm going to go in with a little tiny bit more concealer under my eye. Next, I'm going to set my entire face, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. Something's going on with my focus, but this is the Maybelline Loose Finishing Powder, and this one is in the color 15 Light, and I'm going to use this to set my entire face with it. I'm going to stick with the same brush, and I'm going to turn it over to the clean side and use this brush to to set under my eye. Then I'm going to use a different brush to set the rest of my face. And then I'm just picking up a big fluffy brush to set the rest of my face. If I were wearing a mattifying foundation by itself, I would normally not set the foundation. I would just set my under eye concealer, but because I have that Dewy and Smooth foundation mixed in with this matte one, I want to go ahead and set my entire face. Okay, so normally I don't do my brows on camera because I think it takes a long time, but I am going to show you guys how I would do one brow just so that you can see that I'm using a Maybelline product. So I'm going to show you guys how I would do this brow, and then I'm going to skip over this one. And I'm going to be using the Brow Precise Micro Crayon, and this is in the color, I think this is called Deep Brown. I don't see the color on here. The name of the color was on the packaging though, but I threw the packaging away, but this is what the color of it looks like. So first I'm going to just brush through my brows with the spoolie, and then I'm gonna fill this in. And I probably, even though I'm showing you guys this on camera, I will probably speed through this just for time's sake. But I just wanted you guys to see that I'm using a Maybelline product. Alright, so both of my brows are done, so I'm going to move on to eyeshadow, and I'm going to take the same concealer that I used to highlight my face, and I'm going to put some of this on my lid. I'm going back to my ColourPop brush, and I'm going to lightly pat this into my skin. So I'm going to be using the City Mini Palette, and this is in Downtown Sunrise. And this is what it looks like. I'm going to start off with this color here, and I'm going to use that as, actually, you won't even be able to see this color on my lid, so I'm going to go right in with the chocolate brown shade, and I'm going to use that to darken up my crease area a little bit. And I'm doing like a very simple look today since I'm going for like something natural looking. I'm going to take this silvery shade here, and I'm going to pat that all over my lid. And normally when I'm doing like a shimmery color on my lid, I would wet the brush so that it's a bit more pigmented, but I'm not going to do that today because I feel like it really doesn't need to be any more pigmented than this for a natural look. Okay, so that's basically all I'm doing for eyeshadow today. I am going to go back and put something in my inner corner, but I'll do that a little bit later. So next I'm going to bronze my face, and I'm using another one of the loose powders. This one is in the color 40 Dark. And I'm going to bronze my forehead and my cheeks with this. I'm taking the same brush that I used to set my makeup, and I'm just going to brush this over my forehead. I can't believe I used to not like bronze or contour my forehead. Like, for as big as my forehead is, like, I don't know what I was thinking. Now I'm just lightly bronzing my cheeks and my jawline. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I recently switched from contouring to bronzing. I feel like bronzing just works a lot better and it looks a lot more natural on my face. And my blush today is a Fit Me blush, and this one is in the color Rose. So that's the packaging, and that's what the product looks like. I'm using my flat e.l.f. powder brush, and I'm just going to pat that up and down my cheeks. I meant to zoom y'all back out when I started the bronzer. So I zoomed the camera out just a little bit so you can see my whole face. For highlighter today, I'm using a liquid highlighter because I feel like liquid highlighters, they look a bit more natural than the powder ones. So I'm using two of the Master Strobing Liquid Illuminating highlighters. This one is in the color 100 Light. This one is in the color 200 Medium. And I'm just going to do like equal parts of both of them. So I'm just going to dab. This is what the medium one looks like. It's like a very like bronzy color. So I'm just dabbing those on the high points of my cheek. And this is what the light one looks like. It's a very like almost like a pinky silvery iridescent looking one. I think both of these look really nice by themselves, but the light one, I think it's a bit too shiny and too silvery for a natural look, and the dark one is a bit too like bronzy and glowy and not quite light enough, so that's why I'm mixing them together. So I'm just going to pat those out with my blending sponge. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing down the center of my nose. And I'm gonna just blend this out with my finger on my nose. And then I'm gonna take what's left on my finger and I'm just gonna hit right above my brow. And for setting spray, I'm using the Master Fix Wear Boosting Setting Spray. It's meant to lock in makeup for a long-lasting finish. So this is what the bottle looks like. And I think the most natural looking mascara that Maybelline has is the Total Temptation one. I actually think this is the most natural looking mascara that I had in general. So this is the one that I'm going to be using today. I'm going back into the City Mini palette and I'm using this colorful like peachy gold shadow here, and I'm going to use that as an inner corner highlight. Normally I would use something lighter than what I put on my lid, but last minute I decided to try this one just to see how it comes out. For lipstick, I do want something natural, but I also want a little bit of color on my lips. So I kept going back and forth between Touchable Taupe from Maybelline, which looks like this, and Toasted Truffle, which looks like this. So this one over here is Touchable Taupe and the other one is Toasted Truffle. So I'm gonna go with Toasted Truffle for today because it's a little deeper in color, but it is still a natural looking color on my skin tone. All right, let me go ahead and take my hair down. Okay, so I have you zoomed out a little bit and I took my hair down so you can see what everything looks like. So this is the completed look. This is a natural looking makeup look using nothing but Maybelline products. So I really hope that y'all enjoyed today's video. If you did, let me know by giving me a thumbs up. And if I get some thumbs up, then I will do some other natural looks using other brands because I really like this one brand tutorial. I had a lot of fun with it today. So I really hope that y'all will come back for my next upload. In the meantime, y'all can check out some of these videos from my channel. So please watch and enjoy. And I will see y'all on my next one. Until then, take care. Bye, y'all.